Internal linking is this strategy of SEO that involves linking from one page on your website to another. Now, when we think about linking in SEO, a lot of people will talk about backlinks, which is where you get another website to link to yours. But internal linking is potentially one of the biggest and most important factors of SEO because it is so easy to implement and the effects that it can have can be dramatic. So in this video, I want to break down exactly how I do this and how I implement it with my brands and my clients to make more money with SEO. So my name is Zach Walden. For those that don't know me, I run a SEO studio called ZB SEO where I help 6, 7, and 8-figure Shopify brands grow their organic revenue. And today I wanted to talk about internal linking because I've seen a lot of different brands mostly not even use internal linking in the first place. And if they are, they're not really doing it correctly. So I made this little chart here, which gives you a little visual. Let's make it bigger so you can all see it. A little visual as to how I recommend using internal linking. So in short, internal linking is where you link from one page on your website to another page. Now, what this does, if you know anything about SEO, you know that backlinks are super important. That's where you get an outside or an external website to link to your website. What this does is it boosts your website authority and it tells Google that you're a relevant and authoritative figure within your niche, right? So what happens is when you get a backlink, let's say website A links to website B, they then pass on some of their authority. Now, if that link kind of gets to a page and that's it, there's no other links on that page, then the kind of link juice, let's say, link authority, it kind of starts and ends there, or it ends there, I should say. When you have internal links, what you do, if you get a backlink from another website and it lands on your website, if you have an internal link, now that link can then flow throughout your website and make all these other pages on your website much more relevant and much more and perform much better in the search results. And so the main thing that I see a lot of brands, or very little brands do, I should say, is just not using internal linking in the first place. So what I've done here, the way that I like to do internal linking is think of it like this. When a user is on their website, not only is internal linking beneficial from an SEO perspective for Google, but the main thing that you're doing is you're helping a user navigate your website. And so what you want to do is you want to send them, you can't really see that at all, let's get a better color. You want to send them down your funnel. So you want to take them from these top pages, which are blogs and how-tos, whatever it may be, to your middle of funnel or your bottom of funnel pages in your collections, and then eventually end up on your product pages, because this is where you are making your money. And so the main thing that we need to think is, well, if you're directing the user, you don't want to send them from your product page back to a blog page, because this is where you're making the money right here. You're not making money on the blog pages. And same with the collections. Once they're on the collection page, you want to eventually put them towards your product page. You don't want to then take them back to a blog page because you're not making any money there. And so think of it like that. You need to make sure that you are navigating a user and therefore navigating, kind of hinting to Google as to which pages are the most important and which pages you want users to end up on. Because that's the main thing. When we get backlinks and when we do internal links, the pages that have like the best links, not necessarily the most, but the best links, are the ones that we're saying are the most important pages, right? And so if pages have better links, have more links pointing towards them from within your site, you're telling Google that that is the page right here that we want users to end up on. So I just wanted to show you an example here. This is a website or a brand that I've taken on only a month ago. So I'm comparing today with pretty much when we took them on, or just before we took them on in March. And so you can see here, these are all individual keywords that have, anywhere from 80, 50 to 150, 200 people searching a month. Now, this brand specifically has thousands of pages. And so we're multiplying this by, that many. But what we can see that just through some internal linking and some basic on-site optimization, a lot of these keywords have risen from even just the second to the first position, but also from, down at 22 up to 3. This one specifically was in position 83 and it's now in the third position. 52 and now in the third position. And so you can see that there's more people ending up on the website now because of this internal linking strategy. Now, one of the main reasons for linking, internally linking like this, is because a lot of the time you won't necessarily get backlinks to your product pages. This is because naturally it's probably not going to happen. And most of the time, I don't recommend it, and we don't really build links to product pages because it just doesn't look natural. And so if you can, it's potentially risking Google penalizing you because they recognize that you're doing some, building links in a way that they don't like. And so a lot of the times I'll build links to either collections, blogs, but most of the time just home pages. And so by doing that, if you get a backlink and it points to this blog here, you're now then making sure that that authority gets passed throughout your website because you've internally linked to all these other pages. So kind of in a way, you're still getting link authority to this product page via this page here, rather than necessarily just linking directly to that product page with a backlink. And so that's kind of one of the reasons why we do it. And then the second reason, as I said before, the main thing, we want people to end up on this page because that's where we're making money. So we want to navigate users and Google to these pages, the product pages, because that's where we want people to buy. And then once they're there, you don't want to send them away. You want to keep them there. So now I want to give you a real example rather than just saying blog and collection, just so you can kind of visualize it a little bit better. And we can kind of see how this is implemented in real time. So this is from Gymshark, and this is actually what they do. And they've got a really good SEO strategy. So I've actually made another video about that with their on-page optimization. So you can check that out as well. But basically what we've got here is you've got their blogs at the top. Now, the way that you can and the way that they have internally linked is, first of all, you can link to different blogs. Linking across funnel is fine. So linking from blog to blog is fine. Linking from collections is fine as well. I wouldn't necessarily link from product to product, maybe via a recommended or a people also buy section. That's fine. But you're not, again, once someone's on this page, we're trying to make them buy. So you don't want to necessarily direct them off that page too much. But cross-linking with blogs and with collections, that's not too bad as long as it's relevant. And that's the main thing. So going from hoodies to jackets and joggers, that's relevant. Whereas if you're on men's hoodies and jackets, you wouldn't then internally link to women's bras or crop tops or something like that. So you want to make sure that it's all relevant, it all works together. So we've got a cross-internal linking there. Secondly, so this one here, we've got blog, Brown Outfit Ideas is a blog of theirs. Now, within that blog, you can then internally link to hoodies and jackets. Within the hoodies and jackets collection, you can internally link to oversized hoodies and zip-up hoodies. And then from there, obviously, you've got the links directly to the actual products that are there. And now you can see here that a lot of these might be the same. So a waffle zip-up hoodie could be in both oversized hoodies, zip-up hoodies, and hoodies and jackets collection. That's the whole point of, as I said in my previous video, talking about how they've set up their structure, where they have all these collection pages that are targeting different keywords, yet the actual products are the same. So clean this up a little bit. And then here as well, on the other side, we've got an interval running blog. Within that blog, you're going to have internal links to the joggers collection. And then again, from the joggers collection, you're going to have internal links to other collections or sub-collections, I should say, like gray joggers or jogger shorts. And then obviously, finally, you're going to end up linking to your product pages. Now, hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, but let's actually see this and what they've done on Gymshark. So unfortunately, my face won't show up on this page. I'm not sure why, but we've got here the Brown Outfit Ideas blog. So this is the top of funnel. We've got the blog. Now, if you scroll down, saw here, they've got an internal link right here. So you can see this, start matching your brown gym set, think brown seamless leggings. Now, if you can see in the bottom left-hand corner down here, this actually shows you where the link goes to. So it goes to their collection pages for brown leggings. So if we can click that, we've now just kind of gone through this first section where we've gone from brown outfit ideas to their collection page. Obviously, it's not the hoodies collection, but this is now a collection page that we've ended up on. So if we keep following that, we're now on the collection page, brown leggings, brown is the new black, blah, 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 blah. We go down here and we can see they've got other internal links to gym leggings and to gym top and crop top and all these other leggings down here, pink, blue, pocket, and so forth. So they've internally linked to other collections. So let's go back to gym collections, gym leggings. I would assume this is probably their main collection. And so the other one was actually a sub collection. But anyway, and then you end up on their products. So as we discussed, they've just gone to their collection pages, sub collections, down to their product pages, all kind of starting at this blog up here. So if they get backlinks to that blog, that backlink is then going to flow down into all these other pages. And then let's have a look at another one. So if we look at the hoodies and jackets collection, again, apologies for my face probably disappearing, but one of the hoodies, jackets, hoodies, and sweatshirts, sorry, you can see here they've got internal links to zip-up hoodies, oversized hoodies, men's running hoodies. And then if you go down to the very bottom, obviously we've got all their products there. Again, you've got more internal links to joggers, oversized joggers, and so forth. And so as we kind of displayed here, you can see they've cross-linked from their main collections, from hoodies and jackets to joggers. They've then also internally linked into their sub-collections. So on the joggers page, it's gone to those ones. On the hoodies page, they've internally linked to the hoodies and zip-up hoodies. And then finally, you're linking to your product pages. So hopefully that kind of makes a bit more sense as to how we do it and why we do it. So there you go. That's my little guide on how to do internal linking for your e-commerce brand. Just remember, make sure you're always linking down your funnel. So linking from your blogs to your collections to your products and so forth. Never linking up your funnel. So the main thing we're trying to do is get people onto our product pages, be that Google or a user, mainly a user, obviously, because they're the ones that are going to pay us. And once they're there, we want to keep them there. So we always want to make sure that we're navigating through our website down the funnel. So just keep that in mind and you should be fine and you should be making more money as a result. So if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. Subscribe if you want to have more videos like this showing up in your feed. And I'll see you in the next one.